Hey guys, Clear Blue Realty coming back at you with another video. Do me a favor, hit the like button. I would like to hear your comments. Leave me a comment. Also, do me a favor and subscribe. Trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by July. I think that's the date I set, July. So help me out. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel. So I talk to a lot of people who are trying to go into real estate themselves, be agents, trying to either go in as investors or whatever the case may be, and also buyers and sellers. This channel is dedicated to people who are trying to get their life to the next level, trying to invest, trying to get their first home. That's what I'm dedicating this content to. And so fear is out there, right? And people are just fearful. To be honest with you, I was fearful of starting this YouTube channel in the first place because I first said to myself, like, well, what are people going to say about me? How am I going to look? And it was just all fear, and that stopped me for a long time because it just plays on your mind. So what I want to tell you guys is don't be fearful of doing something if you really have it in your heart to do. And even if you're fearful of being a real estate agent, why? Um, I was fearful that I wasn't smart enough. I said, I don't know if I'm going to be smart enough to be a real estate agent. And I was just fearful of putting myself out there and being judged. And look, the bottom line is, if you want to do something, if you want to be successful, if you want to get out there, you're gonna have to put yourself out there, and you're gonna have to put yourself out there for some criticism, for people to say. But you got to be able to deal with the criticism. If you want the success, if you want the pay, you got to be ready to deal with all of the other consequences that might come along with it. So that's my message to you today, guys, is if you have something set in your heart that you want to do, and something that you have your heart set on, go out and do it. Dive in. I was in the military for almost 5 years, and I went to airborne school. I jumped out of an airplane 5 times. And did I really think about it and you think of all the things that can happen? I'm sure I did, but at the end of the day, I'll be honest with you. The real reason why I did it was because I got the extra money that hazardous duty pay. So I'm willing to take risks and take chances. I think it was like $1,000 or like $1,700 extra pay you got, and I was like, listen, what do I have to lose? Lose your life. But at the end of the day, I'm sure you guys all have experiences of when you did something that people thought that you couldn't do, and you did things that were out of your normal character and just routine. And sometimes you just got to take risks. I went to air assault school, and I did a lot of things in the military that I didn't think that I could do, and I was fearful of being a real estate agent. Somebody came to me and gave me suggestions, said, "Hey, listen, why don't you look into it? You got the look, you're smart, and the self talk. Sometimes people, you got to pay attention to what you're actually saying to yourself in your own head. What are you telling yourself? If there's something that you want to accomplish, getting a degree, what is the first thing that pops in your head when you say, okay, I'm gonna go and do that? So if it's a negative thought, I'm telling you, you're holding yourself back from going to the next step, going to the next level. I talked myself out of starting YouTube like many times. And I was like, no, I got to get my image together. I got to get myself together. And I don't know all the things, but you're not going to get everything lined up in order until you actually start. And you start to look at other people's content. You start to look at other people's pages, and then you start to understand the details of what you need to do in order to get things off the ground. So don't limit yourself. Don't put yourself in a mind state. Pay attention to your self-talk. And that will really put you in a place where you say, okay, I can accomplish this. I can do it. You got to dive in and figure it out. Real estate for me has been a blessing. It's not easy. There's a lot of layers to it. There's a lot that you have to know. And also, look, if you're looking at buying a home at some point, and that's something that you want to go to, that I think a lot of people who tune in would be thinking about, why don't you take a real estate course? I think it's a great idea. I remember when I was in the class and I was taking my real estate class, I was like, this is stuff everybody should know. Everybody should know about what it's like, the different types of mortgages that you have. How do they calculate the numbers on how much you need to put down? Things like that. I'm gonna do some more videos where I actually go over some of the lingo and some of the terminology, some of the vocabulary. Let's build up our real estate vocabulary because it's important. I said before, I remember when I bought my home and all of the paperwork they were asking us to sign, I didn't even know half the stuff I was signing and what it meant. But if I took that real estate class, I would have an idea and I would have much more information. Information is the key today. That's why you tune into YouTube. You tune into YouTube because it's information. It's downloadable right into your brain. It goes right, the information you hear goes right into your brain. You don't even have to read it. So it's a smart thing to go and get your real estate license if you want to become a real estate agent, but it's a smart thing to take that real estate class, even if you're not going to be a real estate agent. Go and grab that information, learn it, absorb it. You can use it. It's a skill that you'll develop. One day you're going to want to buy a house. And there's a lot of things that no one is just going to come and hand you the information. You're not going to get it all from a real estate agent either who's working with you, because there's layers and layers and layers to it. We had the financial collapse in 2006, 2008, somewhere around there. And a lot of people don't even realize why we had the financial collapse. And that's wrapped into the very fiber and backbone of what makes the economy tick. I think real estate is what makes the economy tick. And in order to have a grasp and an understanding of what makes your economy tick and what makes it go around and around in a circle and allow people to generate income, have a stable place to live in, the American dream, you want to understand from a granular level what the American dream is in its many different layers and facets of what it is. What's real estate and what is it really all about? You need to know that. So I highly recommend just go and taking the class. Taking the class, learn as much as you can. And then maybe you can apply some of it. Maybe you can help a family member out who's going to look to buy a home, because you can say, oh, hey, look, hey, did you look into this? Did you? And help them out, because some people, I remember some of the classes that I took, people actually sent their kids to real estate class as like a graduation gift or like a birthday gift. Hey, I'm paying for a class for you. You pay that forward. If you send your kids, if you have kids, send them to a real estate class. That'll be like the best investment that you ever do. Send them to a real estate class. They're not even going to know why they're there, but years later after they buy their house, they're going to know why they were there. So, guys, today's talk is about overcoming, conquering fear. Don't be afraid to step out and do something different, do something new. I'm doing something new. I think I'm going to continue to do things that are new. I love YouTube. You guys, do me a favor, hit that like button. Peace.